Hands off. Hands off. Did you see that around the world? Literally around the world. I mean, also Chicago, New York. I mean, did you see all the people turning out? Hands off. Yeah, we're going to talk about that right now. Don't go anywhere. Welcome to the Drayway. I'm glad you're here. Time to get going. Time to talk about what happened yesterday. Let's get started. Let's go. Welcome to the Drayway. I'm glad you're here. Look, hit the subscribe button. This is the Drayway. I'm your host, Drayton Nay, and there's a new Drayway each and every day. So hit the subscribe button. You know, one of the things I want to talk about is what took place yesterday. Did you see all across the country, and in fact around the world, people were protesting. And people were protesting because this administration is horrible. And what Donald Trump is doing is destroying the country, and he's harming the world because the world has expectations of the United States. You know, it's like having an older sibling, and the older sibling is now into drugs and getting drunk. That's what it's like, you know, because normally you can look up to your older sibling for protection and for advice and guidance and stuff. And that's what the United States has been. But now the United States is like drunk and on drugs, and it can't be counted on anymore. And that's a strange thing for everyone, not just for people in the United States, but for people on the outside looking in. And what we're not being told is places like China. You know, we have so little knowledge about China. We are told so very little about an absolute amazing country with amazing people and the strides that they are making and how they are going forward. And while United States seems to be stuck in place. And I want to keep focusing on why it seems like we're stuck in place. And it seems like we're stuck in place because we keep going back, you know, to Republicans when they have no interest in government, no plans for good government. They don't even think government's a good thing. So why would we put them in charge of it? It doesn't make any sense. And it's one of the downfalls of America is that we keep repeating this cycle. Yeah, let's put Obama in to fix things. Oh, let's put Trump in now. Let's not compare. We did that with Bush and Gore. The Clinton years were spectacular. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, the Clinton years were a 12. I mean, the country was doing so fantastically well. It's hard to even describe to you how well the country was doing and how well everyone was doing. And we still put in a Republican that absolutely trashed the economy, crushed this country for decades to come. We're still feeling the effects of what Bush did in 2008 and 7 and 6. We're still feeling its effects. And now what Trump is doing today, we're going to feel these effects for 10, 20 years. So when I say, you know, people get offended when I say, yeah, as soon as my parents leave this earth, I'm out of here. There's no reason for me to be here anymore. I'm going to go to different countries. I'm going to go to other places and put this whole craziness behind me, because I've been dealing with this for over 60 years. And I'm doing my little piece for myself, and I hope for some of you to kind of help you make sense of this craziness. But that doesn't mean I have to spend the rest of my life living this craziness. I have one life. I'm not going to live it all here. There's other places to be. There's other countries to be. And those other countries have found a certain solace in community, where the United States does not understand the word community. It doesn't even begin to understand it. When you think of community, you think of China, you think of Japan, you think of these Asian countries that get it, that understand that, if we want to make it better for all, we have to each take responsibility to make it better for all. And that's a contagious environment. That's an environment, as I get older, I want to be in that environment. And if you don't, that's fine. But that's one of the great things about being an American, is that A, I can complain about our country because it's my country. I can complain about it. And B, I'm free to travel and go. And I plan on doing exactly that for the reasons I just listed. Because we are in this horrific cycle we just can't seem to get out of. And it's frustrating. I cannot tell you how frustrating it is to, I go back to Nixon. And then, to watch this, okay, we were here, now we're going to have Reagan, and Reagan's going to destroy everything. And now we're going to have, a Democrat come in, and he's going to fix everything and make everything great. And then we're just going to hand it off to a Republican again? Why? Why wouldn't we give it to Gore, who is an extension of Clinton? We just had 8 fantastic years. But no, now we're going to have Bush, who set us back decades. And then we have Obama fix everything, and things are going so well. And do we continue it with Hillary? No. No, we don't. We put somebody that has no experience, somebody that's a lousy individual, a terrible person, cheats on all his wives, lawsuits, criminal, just a horrible person. We choose that over Hillary. And for the next 4 years, he damages the country significantly. We have to shut the country down, for crying out loud. Millions of jobs lost because he had no idea what government does, how to run it, or anything. And we put him in that position. I didn't, but some of you that voted, you put him in that position, and we went straight backwards. And then we voted an old man to kind of settle things back down and put out the fires. But again, you guys were like, well, things aren't good enough fast enough, so we're going to put the guy that burned everything to the ground back in. And that's where we are. We're back there. And now we have all over the country, hands off my Social Security, hands off, especially, I've been paying into Medicare since I was 9. I've been paying Social Security since I was 9. Leave my Medicare alone. Leave my Social Security alone. I've been paying into it for over 50 years, And so I can completely understand people protesting around the country going, hands off things that we've earned, things that we've paid for, and it's time for this administration, and it's time for everyone to tell Republicans, stop with the cutting and let's bring in more income. Let's bring in more income from rich people that have so much money they don't even know what to do with it. They start talking about, hey, let's go to Mars. Hey, let's send rockets to Mars. If you have that much money, start sending it to the government. The government needs more money. And it's okay to say that. It's okay to say as things get more expensive, if we're going to continue to spend, we have to bring in more money. We can't cut our way out of this. Yeah, because every time you want to cut services from the people that need it the most, and you don't ask anything of the people that have all the money. It just blows my mind that we can't grasp the concept of let's get more money from the people who have it all. No. Let's not go to them and say, hey, we need more money. Let's go to the people barely getting by and see if we can cut their programs. And that'll somehow work. It's beyond stupid. But welcome to the Drayway. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments. I can't wait to see it. But don't go anywhere. We got more Drayway to come. Stay right there. Yeah, I've been talking about the stock, the the real estate market down in Texas and Florida. I've been talking about especially Florida for a couple of years now. And I was telling everybody a crash is coming, get out, get out, get out, get out. And I was told I was crazy. 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, everything's fine. We're building like crazy. People are pouring in. Things are great here in Florida. I'm like, no, they're not. Things are really, really bad in Florida. Things are really, really bad. And things are really, really bad in Texas. And things are really, really bad in Louisiana. And things are really bad in Tennessee and Phoenix, Arizona. And things are starting to get bad all over the place. And if you haven't figured it out yet, I don't care if they crash the 10-year yield. I don't care how low the 10-year yield goes. People are scared. People don't know if they're going to have a job tomorrow. So if you think real estate is suddenly going to fix itself because interest rates are going a little lower, that's not a thing. Just because interest rates are going lower doesn't mean all of a sudden people have confidence in real estate. If, in case you haven't seen, inventory in Texas and Florida, for example, is absolutely soaring. I mean, it's not going up like this. It's going up like this. It's going straight up. And that's because Airbnb is no longer profitable. A lot of the people, the illegal immigrants, the undocumented, whatever you want to call them, they're gone. They left. So now you have a lot of housing, like in Florida and Texas. It's all over the place. There's houses for rent, and like in Miami, I think I said the other day, right now in Miami-Dade County, there's over 20,000 homes for sale and over 20,000 for rent. Yeah, there's places all over the place available down there. And there's just not the people. There's no people down there to actually rent those places. So those prices are going to absolutely crash. Yeah. Now, have we fully experienced the crash yet? Absolutely not. This is still in the beginning stages. This is something that's going to last 5 years, 6 years. So we're only a couple of years into it. So the worst of it's not probably until next year. So when do I think we're going to bottom out? Sometime at the end of next year. And that's how bad things are going to get. They're going to get not just bad in Texas and Florida, but around the country. Is it going to hit everywhere? Well, if the market keeps crashing like this, if these tariffs stay for any length of time, everywhere. I don't care where you're at, you're not going to escape this, because you can't just drop. I think they said in the last 2 days, Donald Trump has managed to lose $6 trillion of value. That's coming right out of people's pockets. Their 401ks, and some people are looking to retire this year. They can't retire now. How are you going to retire and you just lost 30 or 40% of your 401k? Thanks to Donald Trump. Because it's time to stop, it's time to stop calling this other than what it is. I saw Donald Trump's chart. We all saw the chart that he brought on the Rose Garden. We all saw it. That was the biggest pile of dog shit I've ever seen. Ever. I've never seen a public official willing to bring out such dog shit in my life. And that's what that was. That was complete nonsense, complete BS. There isn't a truthful number on there. Not one. It was all just garbage. And why nobody, maybe I shouldn't say nobody, but very few people are calling it out. Then there should be a lot more people going, that was just a list of garbage. There was no truth in any of that. What are you doing? Why would you show that? Donald Trump's economic speech was the worst thing I've ever seen. And for anyone that still supports this moron, you're just in a cult. You're in a cult or you're a racist. It's one or the other. Pick your poison. Because after the damage this man has done in less than 90 days, if you still support this man, you're either just in a cult or you're racist and you're supporting him because he's racist. There's no other reasons. So I looked at that and I was appalled, and you should be too, because we deserve better. We deserve a lot better. And this garbage it's time to call it what it is. Donald Trump is complete garbage. and what he's trying to pull over on Americans, and we have to just stand by and watch our trillions of dollars go away. Yeah, you can't be silent about that. It's time to call it out for what it is. But let me know what you think in the comments. Again, I want to see what you guys think. Don't go anywhere. I have a final thought. How is your fitness journey going? I promised you I'd be talking a little bit about this, and I'm talking about it because I'm getting excited. The weather's getting better. My walks are getting longer. I'm still having some challenges with, I don't know about you, but I eat early, like at 4 o'clock. So I go to bed at about 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I'm getting real hunger pains at 8 o'clock. So I can't eat anything at 8 because then it's hard to lose the weight no matter how many steps I take. So now I've got it down to, I'm doing a 90 calorie yogurt. I'm doing yogurt. And I'm doing really well with my meal portions. If you haven't tried the small plate theory, it works really well. If you just simply put your dinner on a small plate, you're a lot better off, and I mean a lot better off. So I'm increasing my walking. I'm taking my NMN. By the way, guys, NMN. I'm taking NMN from Ulu RX. The link is all over my shows. It's Ulu RX, ULURX.com. If you haven't gotten the NMN yet, give Mel a call and start getting on the NMN. I take it every morning, every night. I sleep better. I feel better. I have more energy. I highly recommend the NMN. And for those of you that haven't tried it yet, I'm telling you that the difference is night and day. So I got my steps now up to 15,000. I should say I did it the last 2 days, and I feel pretty good. I thought my legs would be more sore and stuff like that, but they're not. So I'm starting to get, my body's starting to get used to it. So I got my meal portions down. I got the walks getting in. So now, and I feel the energy every morning. That's the great thing. When you wake up, you feel so refreshed and you look forward to the day. You know, you don't wake up tired. You wake up really motivated. And I want you guys to feel the same way. So let me know if you're doing the steps too. Let me know if you're getting close to 10, 15,000 steps. I'd love to hear your story. I'm getting excited. Summer's just around the corner, and my workouts are going really well. I hope yours are going well too. Thanks for joining me today on the Drayway. Don't forget, there's a new Drayway each and every day. So hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.